Hello everybody and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. I'm here today to share with you my plans or my thoughts around what I'm going to read in November. So if you watched my October wrap up, I talked about a bit of a reading slump or book hangover that I've experienced the last couple of weeks. I'm hoping that I'm getting out of that, and I'm really hoping I only have like 100 pages of this book left. Oh, I got a note. Anybody else stick notes to their books because you know that you'll look at it every day and you won't forget what you have to do? Just me? Okay. So I'm reading the breakdown right now. So this is obviously on my TBR because I have like 100 pages left. And it's starting to get to a really good point. So I'm hoping that that is getting me out of this like reading slump that I'm in, because I'm finding myself wanting to pick it up more. Otherwise, I find other things to really do, like watch TV. Yeah, which isn't always good either. So hopefully it's getting me out of it. My other plan is I like over spookathoned myself in October. I kind of am sick of these scary, spooky type book. So I have some plans in November to kind of get out of that genre because I think that was not helping me with my reading. So I am going to deem November Novella November, right? Come along with me if you want to. Basically what it means is I have a few novellas sitting on my bookshelf that I should really get to because I love these series, and I just haven't read the novellas yet. So November seems like the right time to do it. First up is Happily Ever After by Kira Cass. This is the novella that goes with the Selection series. This contains the Prince, the Guard, the Queen, and the Favorite. So again, I love novellas because they're short, little, sweet, little stories that help go along with the series, and I totally fell in love with the Selection series a couple of months ago, so I think it'll be great to kind of be back in that world and that with those characters again. So that's my first novella. My second novella is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This goes with the Throne of Glass novels, which I think I've read the first 4. Was it Queen of Shadows was my last one, I think, so I still have to read Emperor's Storm. But this came out well before that, so I know that I'm fine. This gives us a little bit of a history into Selena's life. Wow, I forgot her name for a minute. And kind of where she came from and how she became an assassin. So, again, great little novella. I love the little short stories, and I love Sarah J. Maas, so let's get into it, right? That's my next novella. I have a third novella, but I need your help a little bit. So my last novella is Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. This goes with the Lunar Chronicles, with Cinder and Crest, those books. My question is, do I need to read Winter first before I read the novellas? So if anybody knows if I need to get Winter read first before the novellas, let me know, because I'll do that, because my goal is I want to get this book read before the end of the year. It's junker, like this thing's huge, but that might give me the push to do it. So comment below, send me a message, whatever you need to do. Let me know if I need to read Winter before I read Stars Above. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. So those are my novellas for November. Hopefully, I know for sure I can get these on audio, so I might do that, just help read them a little faster. So that's 3 or 4 books. My average has been 6 lately, so what do I do with the rest? Well, I have thoughts. I'm done with like some psychological thrillers and scary stuff for right now. I will always come back to them. They are always my good friend, but I need something lighthearted. So I picked a few options that I have that I think would be a lighthearted read. So I picked up By Your Side by Casey West. I picked up Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And I also picked up This Girl by Colleen Hoover. This Girl is the 3rd book in the Slammed series that Colleen Hoover wrote. And I've read Slammed, and I read, I think it's Point of Retreat is the second one. Let me double check. It doesn't say. So, oh yes, Point of Retreat is the second one. So then I have This Girl, which I love this couple. They're such a sweet couple. So those are the 3 I picked up as kind of like my feel-good books. You know, easy read, not going to scare the shit out of myself anymore. They're going to be good. So I've got those on my TBR pile. Then the other thing I've been doing, and something I've been doing different, is throughout the month of October, when I heard maybe a good recommendation or a good review, or I heard of a book that I know I own that got me kind of excited about it again, I pulled that book and I put it on a different shelf. So I have 3 of those that I pulled over the last month that I want to add to my TBR pile for November as well. The first one is The Night Circus. This is by Erin Morgenstern. I've heard, let's see, Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand talked about this. A friend of mine from work talked about this. I feel like there's 3 people. Was it the podcast again? I don't know. I've heard this a number of times that this is fantastic. I truly loved reading Caraval last month. And I've heard that it's a great kind of circusy, similar feel to it. So I pulled that and I'm going to put that in my pile. The other one I'm picking up, or I added to my pile, is My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Story by Frederick Bachman. He is the author of the book A Man Called Uva, which I loved. I listened to that on audio and just, I fell in love with that book. I fell in love with that. It was great. It's a great story. I've heard this is really great. I do have a friend that read it that wasn't a huge fan of it. But her and I have disagreed about books before, but for the most part, we're pretty spot on in what we like and don't like. But again, I heard a couple of times that this was a good book, so again, I pulled it and put it on my pile. Then the last one is Like a River Glorious by Ray Carson. This is the second book in, what are they calling this series? I don't know, but it's the sequel to Walk on Earth, a Stranger. It is about a girl, I think her name is Lee. She can sense gold. So it's a historical fiction with a bit of a fantastical element to it. So think that we're set during the gold rush, right? And she has made her way to California and she can sense gold, people. Like, hello, awesome gift, especially during that time. So she survived a bit of a tragedy, decided to move to California, and she just got there, and it was a pretty big cliffhanger in the first book. So I'm excited to pick up the second book. I know Reagan from Peruse Project talks about these series quite a bit, so she kind of got me excited for again. Who else? It might have been Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand was talking about it, and then I heard, again, it tends to come in 3, so if I hear about it 3 times, I'm going to put it on my pile. So this is a lot more than 6, people. This is what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, this is 10 books. Not that that's impossible, but let's be honest about November. It's November. We start to get a little busier in November with holidays, but I'm still going to primarily focus on my Novella November, so I want to for sure get through my novellas. So those are kind of the top of my stack. Then I think what I'll do, that leaves me with 6 other books. I think I might number them and then pick a random number, or have one of my kids pick a random number and then kind of read whatever one it is. So I think I'm going to give that a whirl. If I do, I'll film it and I'll share it with my wrap up. So I think that would be kind of fun. And I'm really looking forward to a change in pace as far as getting out of the spooky, scary, psychological thrillers. So I think this is a good mix for me, and hopefully get me out of this reading slump I'm in. It's not my worst one, but it's pretty up there. But I've still read like 60 some books this year, so it was bound to happen at some point in time. I'm shocked I've made it this long without having a decent reading slump. So I will take it as is and we'll hopefully move past. So this for sure is getting done. I mean, probably today or tomorrow. Like I said, I have 100 pages left and that I can easily get through. So, and then we will jump into my novellas. So that's about it. Please let me know about whether or not I should read Winter before Stars Above. That's the one thing I'd love to hear comments about below. Otherwise, kind of let me know, what's your process when you pick out your TBR pile for the month? Do you kind of plan out your whole month? Do you have any plan at all before you go into it? Let me know about down below. So like, comment, subscribe, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.